News Talk 94.3, 95.5. Let's go ahead and get Lew Jetton joining us now live by phone. And Lew, I know you're actually in Fulton County, I believe. We were just talking about some very serious pictures that are just coming into folks in the media from KFVS 12, the CBS affiliate here in the area, of folks taking pictures of what appears to be a tornado on the ground. And we can confirm about 700 customers without power in the Boot Heel of Missouri. And it looks like that storm system, according to the Weather Service, the rotation on their radar is only increasing in strength, so it's definitely an area of concern.
Well, yeah, I saw the pictures actually from Steele and saw the rotation in Steele on radar, and I've been tracking. I tracked it near Tiptonville, Tennessee, and then near Hickman, and right now it is between Hickman, but it is approaching Clinton and should be there pretty fast. If it continues on that same track, it would eventually clip the northwestern corner of Graves County, and then go into extreme southeast McCracken County near Reedland, and then continue from there toward near Calvert City. That's, of course, if it stays together and if it stays on that same track. But I've been posting some pictures on my Facebook page, and it's a pretty strong rotating signature that we're seeing right now.
Now, Lew, obviously, we're looking at this line of thunderstorms that's moving through, and this is probably just the one and only type of a system, the squall line that you had talked about earlier this morning. I know when you and I were on the air before the crack of dawn, so to speak, this morning, you were talking about basically a one line of squall line, if you will, of storms that it's expected to move through. Is this it?
Well, actually, I think closer to the squall line, that's what we were seeing earlier, that was in extreme southeast Callaway County and then pushing eastward from there. These are more or less just some discrete cells that are forming near the front, and I noticed we've had the cell here that we're tracking between. Well, it's approaching Clinton right now, but further to the north, they had some other ones that were a little bit more of a linear nature, which would be like a squall line. There's one tornado warning now up near McLeansboro, Illinois. But as for western Kentucky, this is the one troublesome cell that we're seeing right now. A lot of times when you have a cell that starts spinning like this, like a supercell, it'll just continue spinning on a track and will drop tornadoes as it goes. And we've seen this, or I've seen this a lot of times, and that's what we're seeing once again with this one. It's dropped the tornado, actually, first of all, near Arkansas, and then moved into the Boot Heel near Steele. We know there was a tornado there because we had some pictures of it. And now we're seeing the strong rotating signatures near Tiptonville, Hickman, approaching Clinton. And then we're kind of trying to track it from there. It's moving on at a pretty good clip.
Yeah, actually, and then I'm looking at the warning. Let's see, at 5:36. So about 2 minutes ago, according to the Weather Service, they're quoting 65 miles an hour, and it's just
that's probably about right.
Yeah, it says the storm is headed for the Clinton and Oakton areas, just like you're talking about there. They're not talking so much about any of the pictures that you've seen. Now, you said you had seen some other pictures of the storm a little bit earlier on, and you're kind of basically saying more of the same lines, that this is a possible tornado that's made its way to the ground in other areas, and now it's continuing its track.
Well, I mean, we know there was a tornado near Steele because we had a picture. I saw it on Twitter, actually. And so from then we go over to the radar, and we're watching the signatures, which shows that the storm is actually rotating. So we know the storm is rotating. Now, do we know there's a tornado on the ground? Not at this moment, because we don't have any confirmation from the ground. But it very well could be. It's close enough to where if you're in Clinton, you want to take shelter, and if you're in northwestern Graves County, and then continuing from there to southeast McCracken County near Reedland and then on near Calvert City, you'll want to pay very close attention to this storm.
Now, for folks in Mayfield, I guess, those of you listening on 95.5 in Mayfield, you never want to give an all clear because you don't want folks to completely relax just in case. But the trajectory at this point, it looks like it's going to miss the majority of the city of Mayfield as far as this particular storm?
Yeah, it does, unless it would, to become what we call a right mover and, take a turn toward the east. In that case, it very well could. But the trajectory of this storm so far has been pretty much consistent southwest to northeast. And so right now it looks like it's moving through Clinton, past Clinton, and then continuing from there. It would go on. It would clip the northwestern corner of Mayfield, of Graves County, and then go from there to southeastern McCracken County near Reedland. And then it would continue from there just to the north of Calvert City. But, of course, it could still bobble around and change a little bit. So, that's not the gospel, but that's the storm track that we're looking at right now most closely.
That is Lew Jetton reporting for us, actually from Fulton in Fulton County, believe it or not. Lew, thanks for that report. I'm Matt McClain in the newsroom, and good evening.